Hey everyone. So for over a year now, people have been making videos for the Nintendo NX, video after video. Some people still make 2 to 3 videos a week about the system. But the fact of the matter is, nobody knows anything. Now slowly more details are finally coming in and rumors are beginning to float up and actual rumors are beginning to float up. So I figured it's about time I make my video about it. Now, I'm not gonna make 1,000,000 videos about it. I want to make one video about the NX. And also because I finally have some information I dug up myself. So here we go. I used to be one of those people that thought that the Nintendo NX would not be coming out in 2016. I thought it was impossible, there's no way for it. I thought it would be in 2017, mid-2017. But recently I started slowly changing my mind and I'm thinking, what if it actually is going to be released 2016? Because of information everybody is gathering and because of information I gathered myself. Now, one thing I want to address before anything is that people keep claiming that Nintendo needs this new system because the Wii U is a failure. Now, yes, the Wii U is not gathering 35 million units sold, but it is far from a failure. Why is it a failure? Because it sold 10 million units. 10 million is like a low number to you. And not only that, but it is undeniable as a gamer that the library of the Wii U is amazing. The Wii U has a crazy amount of exclusives and it is undeniable. Whether you like these games or not, it doesn't matter. The games are present. And then people complain that there's just kiddie games on there. There's no games for adults on the Wii U. It barely has any exclusives. It's all kiddie shit, you know. And then there are people who just like to say, like I said, like there's no games on there, no quality games. The quality of the Wii U sucks, the graphics are horrible, the games are small and puny, and that the gameplay is absolutely horrible. But if you're a real, actual gamer, quality games like Bayonetta 2 are undeniable. If you claim this, for example, is a bad game, a shitty game, not meant for adults, that is just shit kids play, they threw this together, then you are simply not a real gamer and you're just bashing to bash because it is undeniable. Even though it's not my personal pick, for example, Bayonetta 2 is one of the best games this generation, period. And like I said, people bring up the argument of sales, like the Wii U is failing because it only sold 10 million units and the PlayStation 4, whoa, it sold 35 million units. But Wii U games are selling at 20 to 30 to over 50% of the install base. Games are selling by 5 million and certain PlayStation 4 exclusives barely reach 1 million. You cannot say the Wii U is failing just because the consoles aren't selling as much, even though 10 million is by nowhere near nothing, considering, like I said, over 50% of the users are actually buying the games. Now you can be the biggest PlayStation 4 fan or the biggest Xbox One fan, but like I said, the quality of these games is undeniable. You cannot deny how good these games are if you haven't even played them before, especially. On top of that, people complain about this new controller, the speculated controller. But you're forgetting one thing, that this PlayStation 4 controller you're holding right now, this Xbox One controller you're holding right now, is the byproduct of year-long Nintendo innovation. Now that I've got that out of the way, I wanted to also address the fact that there's a difference, people, between rumors and speculations. For example, Nintendo's patent being, the new controller being a 100% touchscreen controller, that's not even close to being a rumor, that's speculation! It's based off nothing. It's a patent demand. You guys don't know how a patent demand works. It is not Like Miyamoto leaked a prototype of the actual finished build of the controller. A patent demand is a demand for a specific item of technology or innovation. The patent is just for the shapeable touchscreen shit, the fact that you can manipulate the screen to shape it to your wishes. And then people say that the controller doesn't have any joysticks, but even the patent demand has joysticks on it. You can see it in the fucking image. It has buttons on it. But like I said, none of that matters because it is just speculation. It is a patent demand. It is not the prototype of the controller. It is nothing. It is only meant so that they can acquire the technology and use it. You know, do you guys remember like the Wii U controller? Like a month before launch they still changed that up. You cannot base all of this knowledge on a patent demand. Like I said, a rumor would be Miyamoto accidentally leaking something and deleting it, and people having evidence to back. Rumors come from sources, from backup demands. This patent demand is neither. You guys have to understand what a patent demand is before you start basing everything of Nintendo's future on it. It has nothing to do with anything. But I'm gonna segue into this because let's say this is the controller. What is wrong with it? I mean, if Nintendo is actually making this fusion system that people claim they're going to make, that people are speculating that they're going to make, you have a controller with the joysticks and the LCD screen that is interchangeable and all that shit, that has the shit on it. Nobody stopped to think that this might actually be then, if this is the case, the handheld function of the new system. The fact that this controller has a screen, it has a joystick, what this could be the handheld thing that you take with you somewhere else. I mean, take the Wii U gamepad. The Wii U gamepad has amazing graphics. The fact that it can actually display shit like Xenoblade Chronicles X without effort. And yeah, it is not the same quality, but is it not that much worse? You are playing the actual game. This controller could be the handheld version that you separate from your console and take with you. So yesterday I went to my store, and I always talk with the guy there who runs, it's an electronics store, I always talk with the guy who runs the video game section. And I talked to him about the fact that Xenoblade Chronicles X hasn't been on the shelves, like ever. Nintendo's biggest, and not just Nintendo's, one of the biggest video games this holiday season was Xenoblade Chronicles X. And I never saw it on the shelves. And it turns out that the only copies the chain had, is one of the biggest chains in France, was the limited edition version that came with the steelbook and the map and the art book and all that stuff. But they never ever received the stand-alone version of Xenoblade Chronicles X. Nowhere in France were you able to find it. Not only that, it is actually one of the more rare games now. People are trying to find the French version, the standalone version of the game, and that is actually a rare game. You can see it for $100 already online, and people are importing the games from England and Italy because in France you just can't find it anywhere. Not only that, all the shelves were empty. There has been a huge issue with Nintendo, and they're not willing to reply to the store about the matter, but the shelves are empty. Wii U games are running out, there's barely anything on it. And the same with the 3DS, there's barely any 3DS game left. Like Story of Seasons just came out here, there's been 2 copies there. You can see it, there's nothing on the shelves, it is empty. So I talked with him about all of that, and he says like, there's been shipment issues all throughout France. Almost all the stores are being held back, nobody is getting shit anymore. So he thinks, and I'm leaning towards this more and more now too, is that Nintendo will actually reveal, like most people think and like they've said, reveal the NX at E3. Not only that, but he thinks that maybe 2 months after they're already going to launch it. That's why the shelves are running out and Nintendo stopped distributing even Xenoblade Chronicles X. I mean, it is nowhere to be found. And you know, I kept thinking, but when you think about it, for this year Nintendo has about four Wii U games. We have like Star Fox coming out, Zelda, Shin Megami X Fire Emblem, and a 4th one I think that I don't really remember. But yeah, it doesn't really matter, it's basically like 4 games. So there's not a lot coming out. Which also begs the differ if Zelda Wii U is actually going to be a cross-platform situation, which I especially thought would never happen. But let's say the controller gets a digital screen on it, then they can still use everything they created for the gamepad on there. I really feel that, and it's so weird that Nintendo is keeping quiet about it, but Friends is being slowly like phased out. The Wii U and the 3DS are being phased out. So there you go. When taking into account everything, I honestly think that Nintendo is preparing to launch the NX in France sooner than I even thought. Now I still don't believe it 100%, but you know, the facts are facts, you can't deny this. And thank you guys for watching. Like I said, this will be the only video I'm gonna do about the NX. Maybe when it launches, or you know, I might talk about it again, because I don't do speculation videos. People, please learn the difference. Rumors, speculation. There's a huge difference. It is not the same thing. Stop calling everything a rumor when you're just speculating about what could and might be. Thank you guys for watching, and stay real.